The year 1957 stands as a pivotal moment in history. It was a year that saw the world on the brink of monumental shifts, both technologically and socially. The echoes of this transformative period still resonate today, reminding us of the power of innovation and the relentless pursuit of progress. It was a year of incredible advancements, startling discoveries, and profound social change. The rapid pace of technological innovation was matched only by the fervor of social movements that sought to redefine the very fabric of society. From the laboratories where groundbreaking research was conducted to the streets where voices demanded justice, 1957 was a year of dynamic contrasts and powerful transformations. The world watched as humanity took its first steps into the cosmos. The launch of Sputnik by the Soviet Union marked the dawn of the space age, a moment that captured the imagination of millions and set the stage for future explorations beyond our planet. This achievement was not just a technological milestone, but a symbol of human curiosity and the unyielding desire to explore the unknown. At the same time, movements for equality and justice shook societies to their core. The civil rights movement in the United States gained momentum, with events like the integration of Little Rock 9 highlighting the struggle for racial equality. These courageous acts of defiance and the relentless pursuit of justice inspired countless others to join the fight for a more equitable world. 1957 was a year that redefined the global landscape and left an indelible mark on the future. Leaders around the world grappled with the challenges and opportunities presented by this rapidly changing environment. The decisions made during this pivotal year would go on to shape the geopolitical landscape for decades to come. This era of transformation was felt in every corner of the globe. Societies were evolving, cultures were blending, and new ideas were taking root. The changes of 1957 were not confined to any one region but were part of a global wave of transformation that touched the lives of millions. From the bustling streets of newly independent nations to the living rooms of American families, the impact of this transformative year was evident. In newly independent nations, the spirit of self-determination and the promise of a brighter future were palpable. Meanwhile, in the United States, the post-war boom brought about significant changes in family life and urban development. 1957 was a time when the old order was challenged and new possibilities emerged. It was a year that saw the birth of new trends and the questioning of long-held beliefs. The world was on the cusp of a new era, one that promised innovation, progress, and a reimagining of what was possible. On October 4, 1957, the world held its breath. The news spread like wildfire, capturing the imagination of millions. People gathered around radios, read newspapers with wide eyes, and looked up at the sky, wondering what this new era would bring. The Soviet Union had launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite into Earth's orbit. This was not just a scientific achievement, it was a bold statement of technological prowess and ambition. The small satellite, weighing about 184 pounds, orbited the Earth every 96 minutes, sending back radio pulses that could be detected by anyone with a receiver. This small metallic sphere, no bigger than a beach ball, marked the beginning of the space age. Its beeping signal was a constant reminder of the new frontier that had just been opened. For the first time, humanity had placed an object in space, and the possibilities seemed endless. It was a stunning achievement that altered the course of human history. The launch of Sputnik 1 was a wake-up call to the world, signaling that the Soviet Union was a formidable force in the realm of science and technology. It spurred a wave of innovation and competition that would shape the future. The significance of Sputnik's launch cannot be overstated. It was a moment that united people in awe and curiosity, but also in fear and uncertainty. The idea that the Soviet Union could launch a satellite into space meant that they had the capability to launch missiles across continents, changing the dynamics of global power. It was a powerful demonstration of Soviet technological prowess. The engineers and scientists behind Sputnik were celebrated as heroes, and their success inspired a generation of young minds to pursue careers in science and engineering. The world watched as the Soviet Union took the lead in the space race. The event ignited a fierce competition between the Soviet Union and the United States, known as the space race. This rivalry was not just about national pride, it was about demonstrating technological superiority and securing strategic advantages. Both nations poured resources into their space programs, leading to rapid advancements and historic milestones. This rivalry would fuel incredible advancements in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for decades to come. The space race led to the development of new materials, computer technologies, and engineering techniques that have had lasting impacts on our daily lives. It was a period of intense innovation and discovery, driven by the desire to explore the unknown and achieve the impossible. Sputnik's journey around our planet was short-lived. It orbited for only 3 months before falling back into the atmosphere and burning up. However, its impact was immeasurable. The satellite's radio signals, which could be picked up by amateur radio operators worldwide, served as a constant reminder of Soviet achievement. In the United States, Sputnik's launch spurred a wave of anxiety and self-reflection. It exposed a perceived missile gap between the US and the Soviet Union, leading to increased investment in science education and military research and development. The space race was on. While the space race captivated the world's attention, a different kind of struggle was unfolding on the streets of America. The civil rights movement, a decades-long fight for racial equality, gained significant momentum in 1957. African Americans, long subjected to discrimination and segregation, began to challenge the status quo with renewed vigor. The year 1957 witnessed pivotal moments in this struggle, including the landmark Supreme Court case Brown v. Board of Education and the courageous stand of the Little Rock Nine. Section 5. Little Rock Nine. The eyes of the nation turned to Little Rock, Arkansas, in September 1957. 9 African-American students, known as the Little Rock Nine, attempted to integrate Central High School, a previously all-white institution. They were met with fierce resistance from white mobs and state officials. Governor Orville Faubus even deployed the Arkansas National Guard to prevent the students from entering the school. The situation escalated, forcing President Dwight D. Eisenhower to intervene. He federalized the National Guard and sent in paratroopers to escort the Little Rock Nine into the school, ensuring their safe attendance. Section 6. Cultural Revolution. The year 1957 was not only a time of political and technological upheaval, but also a period of significant cultural transformation. The seeds of rebellion were sown as a new genre of music, rock and roll, took the world by storm. Elvis Presley, with his gyrating hips and soulful voice, became a global phenomenon. His music, a blend of rhythm and blues, country and gospel, resonated with a generation eager to break free from societal constraints. Rock and roll became the anthem of youth, symbolizing a departure from tradition and an embrace of individuality. Section 7. Rock and roll. Elvis Presley's impact on the cultural landscape was undeniable. His music challenged racial barriers, as it brought together black and white audiences who shared a love for his energetic performances and catchy tunes. However, his provocative stage presence also sparked controversy, with some condemning his music as lewd and suggestive. Despite the criticism, rock and roll continued to gain popularity, becoming a defining characteristic of the 1950s. It was a musical revolution that mirrored the broader societal shifts taking place, reflecting the growing desire for change and self-expression. Section 8. Global Shifts. Beyond the space race and the fight for civil rights, other significant global events unfolded in 1957. The British Empire, once a dominant force on the world stage, continued to recede as Ghana gained independence, marking the beginning of the end of colonial rule in Africa. In Europe, 6 countries signed the Treaty of Rome, establishing the European Economic Community. This landmark agreement laid the foundation for what would eventually become the European Union, a powerful testament to the growing spirit of cooperation and integration in the post-World War II era. Section 9. Conclusion. 1957's enduring impact. As the year 1957 drew to a close, the world was a different place. The echoes of its events resonated far beyond its 12 months, leaving an indelible mark on history. From the bustling city streets to the quiet rural landscapes, every corner of the globe felt the ripples of change. The events of that tumultuous year left an enduring legacy, shaping the political, social, and cultural landscape for decades to come. Political rallies drew crowds in unprecedented numbers, cultural events celebrated the diversity of human expression, and technological advancements pushed the boundaries of what was possible. The space race ignited a passion for exploration and scientific discovery. The launch of Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite, marked the dawn of a new era in space exploration. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, driven by the dream of reaching the stars and unlocking the mysteries of the universe. The civil rights movement sparked a fire for equality that continues to burn brightly today. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. inspired millions to stand up against injustice, and the protests of 1957 laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the fight for civil rights and social justice. The cultural revolution that swept through music, fashion, and art challenged traditional norms and paved the way for new forms of expression. Rock and roll concerts electrified audiences, fashion shows introduced bold new styles, and artists pushed the boundaries of creativity, reflecting the changing times. 1957 was a year of immense change, a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the unwavering pursuit of progress. From groundbreaking scientific discoveries to pivotal social movements, the events of 1957 continue to inspire and influence the world we live in today. It was a year that proved the resilience and creativity of the human spirit, leaving a legacy that endures to this day.